Alright, today's video, I want to share an article in the May 2009 issue of Off-Road Magazine. This is pretty cool. A two-wheel drive lifted Ford Econoline ambulance made it in this issue. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the text and give you guys the opportunity to read this article at the end. But pretty cool. This is my 1999 E350 lifted on a Camberg style bent beam kit around 5 inches. This is my second van build. My first van build was lifted on the same lift kit as that ambulance, action van suspension. Alright, here's my Ford Econoline lifted. I dropped it off on Monday and picked it up Tuesday. I left it overnight at Full Tilt Off-Road. They also own action van suspension, and they're the guys who designed the kit for this vehicle. So I figured they should install it. They've worked with it before, so they know what they're doing. $2,800 altogether for the install and the lift. I have no problems with that. Support US workers. Support the economy. That was almost 10 years ago, and at the time it cost me $2,800 installed. Prices went up a couple of $100s, but the action van is still a bargain. I wish I went with that kit because the bent beam style kits are nearly $5,000 installed. The reason why I wanted a lifted van is because around 10 years ago I saw a Quigley 4x4 van. I thought it looked awesome, so I looked up Quigley 4x4s. Saw two Motor Week videos, a Ford and a Chevy with the Quigley 4x4 conversion. At the time I had my first van build, it was stock, and that made me want to look up lift kits for my van because the Quigley 4x4 conversion is expensive. So I looked up lift kits for my van, and the first result I found on Google was action van suspension. I didn't think the other companies existed at the time, so I went with the action van. 10 years ago, the only option that showed up on my Google search result to lift a two-wheel drive Econoline was action van suspension. They use a drop-down bracket. Mine's a Camberg style bent beam kit. There's two Camberg style bent beam kits on the market, and a more affordable option that has come up recently is the Ford Parts 1 2-inch lift. So on stock vans, the back rides 1.5 to 2 inches higher than the front for towing or load carrying. The Ford Parts 1 kit lifts the front 2 inches to even out with the back. It also comes with a rear lift block if you want to keep the back higher than the front. But most people just put the 2-inch lift up front, so that's an option also. If you're new to my channel, here's a look at my van. I have about $12,000 in it right now. A couple more things and I'm done. Bigger tires, re-gear, and a rear locking diff. Once that's all in, I'll be about $15,000 in. And that's something that anyone can afford. I'm a blue collar guy, and this is the blue collar budget sports mobile build. My interior is pretty clean right now. I just have a couple of sweaters on the rear bench seat, TV, space cooler, underbed storage. That's a table and table leg are under the folding sofa bed. Heater, portable shower, I use this to wash my hands, freezer fridge combo, electricity, solar charge controller, and there's my power plugs. So I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of this article so you guys can read it. It's a good read. So If you already have a van build, you're starting a van build, thinking about a van build, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to get into the hobby of budget sports mobiling. And if you have the means, go for the U-joint 4x4 conversion. And do a van build anyway, because doing a van in your own vision is a lot of fun. Since this is my second van build, the mistakes I made with my first van build, I didn't make in this van. I knew exactly what I wanted, so I didn't change anything. This is pretty much how this van has looked inside the interior for the last 2 years. Added things here and there, like the fridge, microwave under the seat. That's recent. But yeah, sports mobiles are cool, but it's a lot of fun doing a DIY build because the layout is your own vision.